bride and a few other folks. So we can bring it down and let's hear from Mrs. Gandy. Here's Mrs. Gandy now.
Hey y'all. My name is Laurin Gandy. How about that? It's probably a little unusual for the bride to hold court like this at her own wedding reception. Did y'all really think I was going to pass up an opportunity to talk? My mama and I love program. A few hours ago, we were standing in the kitchen with my dad and my sister, and Mama and I were talking about the program and who was going to go in what order. And my sister looks at the two of us and looks at my dad and goes, "How am I related to these people? They actually want to get up and talk in front of people." Eddie and I are so grateful that each and every one of you is here for our special day. And your RSVPs blew our expectations out of the water. When the RSVPs were rolling in about a 90% acceptance rate, I was feeling a little cocky, and I start bragging to Eddie. I'm like, "We are so popular." And he responds, "Yes, because nobody can believe you're actually getting married." What can I say? He keeps me grounded. My husband. Anyway, I know that y'all have already made some new friends in here because there's about 30 more of you in here than the fire marshal allows, so our little secret. Eddie and I would like to thank a few of you in particular for your help today. Thank you to Natalie Ziegler and Ashley Hunter for making this beautiful reception happen. Mama said to me the other day, she said, "It's like they don't want me to be worried about anything." Ashley and Natalie have been bailing me out and making me look good for more than a decade, and today included. This place is absolutely perfect, and adjectives can't do it justice. Thank you. Now, how about the food, y'all? Hats off to my friends, Mr. Scott Hall of Scott Hall Catering and Design, Bone and Barbecue, Columbia, South Carolina. And to everyone who told me that no bride eats at her own wedding, you are wrong. And I have these handy scrunchies to keep my sleeves out of my food, but I don't even know where they are. That's the worst that happens tonight. We're golden. And how about the hot dogs? I told y'all there'll be hot dogs here. Thank you to the Master of Ceremonies. I'm not sure where he is. The Master of Awesomeness, Mr. John Rhodes Bailey. Rhodes is a native PD man and one of my best friends. Rhodes and his better half, Dare, have also saved my behind numerous times over the past decade and a half or so. A New Year's Day 2 years ago, it was about 10 degrees outside, and I ran out of gas for roughly the 400th time in my life in the middle of nowhere in Columbia, and Rhodes had to come rescue me in the middle of nowhere, and Dare said, "After this, we're going to start claiming you in our income taxes." And also a special thank you to Mr. Spencer Collins and Chris Badgett for their musical talents as well. These guys are part of a band called Whiskey Tango Review in Columbia. Obviously they rock. So. I'd like to say a thank you to the one who has served the longest sentence as my friend, tonight's stage manager, cruise director, decorator, makeup artist, reader, greeter, and songbird, along with her equally talented husband, our soloist earlier, Ben, my lifelong partner in crime, Blair Hamilton Dawkins. My mama has always taught me that a good friend shares in her friend's joy, and let me tell you, nobody shares their friend's joy better than Blair. Tell you what. I'm pretty sure she was more excited about this wedding than Eddie and I were. But she was still second on the excitement scale, behind one person, my mother. Mars orbiting the Earth for the last 3 months. Thank you to the Gandy family. Thank you for welcoming me and loving me as one of your own. Like me, Eddie grew up in a home that loved Jesus and the Clemson Tigers. I knew the family thing was going to be smooth sailing, and it has been. I've left a lot of folks out of this list because our actual gratitude list would roll out into the parking lot. But if you're here, and even if you're not here, you're a part of our lives, and we thank you for your love and friendship. Now to the heavy hitters today. Thank you to my mama and daddy. Where's my dad? Thank you for loving me unconditionally for 37 years and 363 days. I've tested the limits of that unconditional love pretty thoroughly. But at every juncture, y'all have been steadfast and unwavering in your love. And today, on my wedding day, I'm particularly grateful for the example you've set of a happy marriage. Since I've been back in Hartsville in recent years, there have been numerous mornings when my veterans across the hall from theirs, and 7 o'clock in the morning, I'll wake up and I hear them laughing across the hall. I talk about life goals. They will have been married 49 years. Is that right? Yeah. And they still wake up laughing together. Talk about that, man. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the world. Mama told Eddie last night, after today, she's your problem. Later that night, the sweet words Eddie texted me just before I went to bed were, "Tell your mama I thought you came with a 1-year warranty." Finally, thank you to my groom, my Eddie. You're the hot sauce to my scrambled eggs. I traveled all around the United States and lived in about 10 different lives, all to find my true love waiting for me right here at home, right here in Darlington County. That was the Bruce Springsteen song we came into. Falling in love with a hunting, fishing, conservative country boy surprised me as much as anybody. You don't, as was discussed in the ceremony, share my political views. You have a rather casual relationship with formalities like subject-verb agreement. You disdain frou-frou food. Your idea of a good time is sitting on a tractor and dragging a bush hog across a field. Yet the first time I met you, the things that I thought I cared about so much just suddenly didn't seem to matter as much anymore. Loving you is the easiest thing I've ever done. I've never felt so sure about anything in my life. Thank you for loving me so perfectly. You told me from the beginning that you'd love me unconditionally, and you have. And as previously mentioned, I like to test the limits of anything, but especially the unconditional love thing. You have never wavered in that promise. Thank you for constantly reminding me to live in the moment. Stop future tripping, you tell me. I know you were right, and I try hard to listen, with somewhat limited success, but I'm working on it. Today is the ultimate day to remember to live in the moment. Earlier today, you told me, listen, look, feel, and love. I thought that was so sweet and such good advice. Man, I got quiet in here. You have a lot of helpful advice that I listen to occasionally. You tell me things like, you know you don't have to say literally everything that pops into your head. I'm still working on that one too. Thank you for being my governor. I'm told that this is an automotive part that regulates speed rather than the chief executive of the state government. Loving this hunting, fishing, conservative country boy is the great privilege of my life. Yeah. I'm honored to be your wife and to share your name. As Laurin Gandy, I will try my hardest to be the best version of myself, which means getting out of my own way as the pastor described in the ceremony, and seeking God's will for me and for us and for our lives together. I look forward to days and nights by your side, in quail pens and duck blinds, and deer stands and fishing boats for the rest of our lives. I love you.